So a lot of people say, why are you not putting money into the stocks? He said, no, I'll put money over here. Then the real estate happened. He did not put any. So each and every penny till now, whatever we earn, goes back into the business. He says, if you are doing things right, if you are doing things fundamentally, nothing can stop your growth.
We spoke a little bit, Nilesh sir, about the philosophy of thriving together, and that many people had written the eulogy of Vijay Sales, as you called it, right? It won't work. There are too many people, very well funded, private equity owned or global, etc. But talk a little bit about what you told me in the room before, that why you feel like everyone has a place under the sun. And how maybe your father also kind of alluded to that when he said कि अपन मेहनत करेंगे तो अपना बिजनेस अच्छा चलेगा, बाकी लोग जो करना है करें, we will find our place under the sun. But what is that philosophy, and how did that build out from a Vijay Sales standpoint?
So see, India has been traditionally a country of entrepreneurs. अभी जो एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप अभी जो इतना बड़ा बजवर्ड है, वो बजवर्ड नहीं था, बट पहले से था.
करेक्ट.
आज बिकॉज और रिटेल में तो शुरू से था. करेक्ट. सो वी आर लाइक, आई पर्सनली फील कि इन इंडियन रिटेल everybody should survive and thrive, be it online, be it offline, within offline, be it the LFRs, the regional retailers, or the small retailers who are serviced by the distributors. The reason is fragmentation is good for the economy. Fragmentation is good for increasing the market. The moment the fragmentation closes, the fragmentation goes off, and there are only few retailers left, then what will happen is the market will not grow. And most important, all the retailers who are single mom and pop, be it in any field, it's not necessarily electronics, be it a kirana wala, be it a doodh wala,
food, whatever,
food, they would be at the age of right now 30 to 50 years. And if they run that shop, they can run till the age of 75, 80, 85. But if the big box players and everybody else forces them to shut, then what would happen is they are unemployed. Because of that, what will happen is the consumption in the country will also go down. So it is very essential that everybody, every player should be doing well in the country. That is very, very important.
As a retailer, for you to say that fragmentation is important is actually a very long-term thinking.
Yes.
Most people will say, no, I want more market share, I want more percentage of the consumption. But you're saying that if you get more, and if there are only 3 Vijay Sales, like Vijay Sales and let's say 2 more retailers, everyone else shuts down. It's bad for you long-term because kharidega kaun?
Exactly. And kharidega kaun, and secondly, kya hota hai? Then innovation doesn't happen.
Correct.
The moment you become the market leader and you know there is no competition, innovation will not happen. So
fragmentation is important for the market to grow also. Grow, become better and more consumer-centric. But do you see that happening with like online commerce, with quick commerce? There's every other day in the papers, there is news about the Indian retail, especially the long tail of small stores are now shutting down because, especially in urban India, for example, people are moving more online. Do you see that happening in?
So I'll tell you.
In the community?
Actually speaking, the small single stores are shutting down not because they don't have business, not because they cannot make money. The reason they will always, in fact, they are the ones who can always make money because most of the stores are owned by them. They don't have to pay rental.
Correct.
Number one. Number two, उनके पास जो staff है, वो उनके पास पुराना है घर का, जिसको वो एक reasonable, and 2 आदमी से पूरी दुकान चल जाती है.
Correct.
But the problem why they are shutting down is not because they cannot do business in this environment. And in fact, I'll tell you, in consumer durables and mobile and all, the online is helping them to do business.
Is it?
Yes. Because what happens is, there are a lot of online exclusive models or an online exclusive pricing when they do. They buy from online and they charge a premium and sell to offline. So if you see, there's an opportunity. See, India is a jugadu. So they have found their way how to make money from the online. The same line which tried to disrupt their business, they are making money from that.
Wow.
But the thing is, the reason why shops are closing is not because they're not profitable or they cannot run. The thing is because their children
don't want to do it.
They have studied in big colleges, MBAs, IITs. They say we don't want to run this 12 hours shift small business. And they love the corporate world. So they want to come and work with Bombay Shaving Company. They want to become the entrepreneur themselves. So that is the reason why those shops are closing. Not because they are not viable today. And in most of the cases, they would earn possibly more money than what the salaries they will earn. But glamour is not there. It's hard work. Retail is always very hard work.
So they'll make more money, but they still choose a salary because it is more glamorous, or it feels like a career?
Career, glamorous. And I think it's also more of a social currency. When you meet somebody, you say, I'm a vice president over here, or I'm a senior manager over here, versus I run this shop. That could also be because of the social pressure.
Wow, that is so interesting because it goes against all logic.
Yes.
A human being should go in the direction where there are more resources, right?
Right.
What's the point of going towards lesser resources just to show the world that there is some illusion of progress? That makes no sense.
And I always, whenever I encounter such students, such applicants, I always tell them, खुद का बिजनेस खुद का है और आप क्यों सोच रहे हो ये छोटा है? ये छोटे बिजनेस को बड़ा आप बना सकते हो. Why give it up?
Correct.
But then I think whatever, I don't know what their mindset is.
That is really interesting. I, for one, love being an entrepreneur. Like for me, like being the founder of a company is my identity. Like I cannot imagine giving this up to do a job. I gave up a job to do this, not the other way around. But you're right. I was listening to someone. I think Sajjan Jindal was saying this. He said all the second generation folks of industrialists and people who have built out large companies are now not building those companies and making them bigger. They're running the family office. They're doing investing because that's more not glamorous, but it's possibly more.
You don't have to dirty your hand.
Correct.
Simple thing. You don't have to dirty your hand.
Operating nahi usme.
If you are going to operate a business, you have to dirty your hand.
And why are people not wanting to do that? Like, why don't they want to grow their, like, is there fear? Is there lack of glamour? What is the issue?
I think one should be a fear of failure. B, when they go into that office or the business, they always compare to their fathers. And that is something which they don't like. And possibly they are not even given a fair chance to prove themselves. They are not given flexibility to change things. And I think the biggest roadblock for them is the people in the organization still treat them as kid. And they say, we have grown up. Please, dude, understand, we are no longer a kid.
Yeah, the people would have seen them from a child.